The solar barb eclipse. I love it.
What do you think? Oh, mm, okay. Where'd it go?
Mm.
Usually, there it is. I gotta get rid of YouTube when I do this, or it doesn't work right. There we go. Sea salt. Let's see. Oh, baby. What a good Cecil bird. Cecil bird.
Oh, I guess I have got another icon behind my name.
You
Cool.
do?
No sugar, but another Moroccan. Looks like peaches. Peaches under the chair.
No. Yeah, we don't
I
have
have
them.
no idea. We no chatter so far.
Yeah, we have no Mandarin here today. He didn't want to come out after yesterday, but we
Oh
got
no, no
snowball.
Mander. Yeah,
Yeah.
yesterday, poor Mander. Oh, now chatter's coming in. Oh, not chatters, but watchers, viewers. Let's see what the solar eclipse is doing. Still, still complete in Carbondale, Illinois. Or we could play a fun game, Amy guessing US American states. Hi, Shuggy.
Yeah. There's only one
Do I have no idea?
there's only one state in the United States. That's the state of confusion.
Mm.
Right, Cecil? Just a state of
Look,
confusion.
sounds like a poor state density. So hello and welcome everybody. Good to see you guys. And well, we have our first chat. It's Falconsu who says, Happy Solar Eclipse Day to those whose path is crossed by this event. Thank you, Falconsu. I hope your path is crossed. Um, it's not for Dawn so far. I know he only get a partial one, and so far I know it. Do you have a cloudy day today, Dawn?
No, no, it's clear out there.
Mm.
It's just windy. There's almost always clouds over the mountains, but no clouds over us. So
That's yeah, in a desert, then you have high probabilities that if there is a solar eclipse, you can actually see it.
yeah, yep.
Because every time something is happening in the sky, you have a 95% probability in Germany that it's cloudy.
Yeah, when I was in Washington State when I was younger for a short time, they have a thing called the sun break there. That's whenever the sun comes out, people stop and take a break. So I call it a sun break. They get so little sun there. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing, big boy? Hi. What are you doing?
Mm,
Diesel.
what a happy bird.
You're a good bird, aren't you? Yes, you are a good bird.
Is he a good bird?
Yeah, he's a good boy, aren't you?
Yeah, I actually do have the NASA feed in a little window next to me. It looks like it's now in Indianapolis, Indiana or something like that. Mm. I wonder if the birds can feel it. Mm.
Oh, well, ask. Do you feel anything over there, KK? Feel like
Oh,
tearing this out.
KK. Mr. KK was super culprit yesterday and had to leave the room because Amanda had the funny idea to sit under a cage, and he sat there and nothing happened. But the moment Amanda decided to walk out under the cage, KK flew over to attack him. So KK was out, and Amanda got pets for the rest of the meeting. Poor Amanda. It's so tough to be male and pink.
Yeah, definitely. Poor guy.
Yeah, he was kind of shocked. Poor boy.
What's doing there, big boy? Beep. Yeah, can't bother him. He knows I play games. So, what are you doing? I hope you can't get that one off because I'll have to fix it right away if you do.
I think we in the sanctuary have basically our own eclipse. It always appears when Sugar wants her beak patted, then she appears over you and gets all fluffed up her head, which looks like a super solar eclipse. And Shiggy. Yeah. Shook, shook, bird.
Now, Snowball has a new toy, but he's totally ignoring it. He has a tambourine.
Yeah, that's so cool that you finally got him one.
The thing is, he's not afraid of it, but he's not interested in it. At first, he wouldn't go near it, but then now he just sits next to it. He doesn't do anything. I've shaked it and everything. He's just like, no, not interested. We'll see what he does. Eventually, he'll start playing with
Mm.
it. I don't know where he went though. Where did he go? Snowball, where are you?
Where's the snowbird? I don't know. Is he sitting up there? No.
No, I don't know where the snowbird went. He
Okay,
vanished.
we have a missing bird, guys.
He,
Just not where's Waldo, where's Snowball. So if you see it, just write it in chat.
maybe he's under here. No, no, I have no idea where he went.
Can you wiggle a frisbee? So maybe then he reappears.
Maybe if Cecil will let me get one. Oh, there he is.
We have him. He's back. So with the snowball one gets him every time.
Snowball. Hi, Cecil. You want some attention, Cecil? Yeah, I get the hints. I know what you're telling me.
Oh yeah, Falcon says Snowball loves his frisbee.
He likes the ones with the ridges on them so he can scratch his nail and make noise too. That's what he's doing.
Mm.
Maybe. Hello.
Good boy, Snowball. Oh, we have Pygal here saying, welcome from Boston, expecting a partial 93% eclipse in less than 20 minutes here. Oh, that sounds really cool. I think 93% is, yeah, that's absolutely. The last partial we had in Germany was, I think, about 50. So we could see it, but yeah, wasn't that cool.
Almost makes you believe the Earth isn't flat.
Well, I can understand why people back then were afraid of that happening when the sun gets darkened during the day. But it's interesting actually when one thinks about that the Greek and probably other cultures have already known a couple of thousands years before, or at least guessed what's actually going on.
Well, they sure did. The Greeks understood they could predict when there was going to be an eclipse because they were able to calculate the positions of the planets. So
Then we hope for you, Pygol, that it isn't cloudy at your in your area.
there he goes. Have to get the other one. You gonna get the blue one now?
Oh, the blueberries bee. Mm. Snowball, are you wondering sometimes if there is a blue cockatoo? Uh, it's would be funny.
I think there's the hyacinth macaw that is blue, but it actually acts more like a cockatoo, so it might
Yeah,
be.
these guys are hilarious. These hyacinth macaws. I think they are working hard to stabilize their population in Brazil.
They are. I just hope they succeed. It's not easy with encroachment of man on everything. So
Mm.
George Carlin said that we think that somehow we can harm the planet. And he said, the earth will shake us off like a bunch of fleas. Having fun up there, KK?
And the goose goose is watching. Ah, seems like they love these really cute donated toys.
Yeah, they do. The little blocks don't. I just end up reusing them, but
Mhm.
if I put them on a piece of leather, then they tend to chew up the wood. These little strings they have are pretty strong, but the knots at the bottom aren't. They pop the knots loose easy. So not so much on leather. It's a little harder for them to undo a knot. They
Mm.
can do it. It takes them a lot longer. Oops. Hey, what's wrong with you? Calm down.
Oh, you guys.
Cecil.
Looks like it's now in Cleveland, Ohio.
Are you whining up there? Are you?
Oh, Falcon says the only planetary event we've had in Northern California is a 3.3 earthquake a few days ago, and her sugar clock stayed on the wall. Huh, Shuggy, that are excellent news. The sugar clock is intact. Yeah, I think there happened quite some earthquakes. There was this big one in Taiwan and then one in New York and yeah, California. So all around the globe.
Well, you don't even.
And there's a volcano in Italy who is doing funny ring um, smoke clouds. So you know these smokers who actually can make these funny rings when they blow out the smoke, and yeah, that's what the volcano is doing, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that earthquake they had in New York. One of my friends lives in New Jersey, and she said that they're on the TV. They were talking about how it might have been due to the weather because they had rain and then they had a hot day. And I knew that wasn't true, but I went ahead and researched it on the web. And according to meteorologists, that is just mythology. That is not the case. It doesn't happen. So can't believe what they say on the news. That's for sure. These guys don't even double check what they're saying. What are you doing? Blaming it on the weather. Yeah. They don't do much fracking in New Jersey, but it's possible that somewhere around them there is a big fault in near where it went off. So it may have been somewhere else in another state that actually triggered it. What are you doing up there?
Mhm.
What are you doing? Are you asking for pets? Pet the beak, pet the beak. Is that what you want?
Shuggy. First, you need to solar eclipsing the lamp in the room, so our viewers have something to watch. Or maybe they are here because they say, "Oh yeah, birds. I like birds over shadows."
Yeah, it's such a big event for people, and it's just a shadow. Really, it's all it is. But
Yeah. But I think it's just really cool for human to know that there is so much beyond our horizon and which, we are so small and the big space around us and the planetary thing happening. And I think just to know it is really cool.
yeah, Friedrich Nietzsche wrote a short story. I think it's about a page and a half long in German about these little creatures that were all self-important, living on this obscure planet at the outer section of the galaxy, and how they just fell into the sun, which is eventually what's going to happen to the Earth. It'll fall into the sun, and then they weren't anymore. So all this, it's such an immensely vast universe, and we're just little creatures on a planet that's not going to be here that much longer. In geological time, much longer. So
Yeah, geological time is really weird, but it's funny. I love to watch these videos where they basically reconstruct all the possible ways the masses on Earth were arranged into different continents, and I like just to watch it. Like, oh, look, Europe was there, and once we were connected to China, and then no,
yeah,
and then under sea, and then on a mountain. That's
and
really cool.
somebody figured out this before they were able to do any measurements or anything. And his theory wasn't exactly perfect, but he just looked at the map and said, "Look, these things kind of all like a jigsaw puzzle. You can put them together." And then they figured it out. But
Yeah, at least with Africa and South America. And it's not only the shape of the coast, it's also the
ouch.
the land on the coast itself. So these mountain ranges there at Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and actually there's a counterpart in Africa. So yeah, that's really cool. But we have another chatter here. It's Eliza Wins wishing us happy eclipse. Apollo be praised. And Falcons says, I don't mind the small quakes, just the Howard fault letting off a little pressure, or the Hayward fault letting off a little pressure. And Pyle says, last week we had a nor'easter on Thursday, an earthquake on Friday, and an eclipse today, yeah. It comes in triples.
Okay, here's a terrible pun that came to my mind, but what did the people in New Jersey say when New York had an earthquake? It's not our fault. I know, terrible pun, but what do you think?
Cecil, he had yesterday a good time with his girlfriend because KK had to move out since he went after Mander. Don brought Lorelei in, and these two guys had a nice honeymoon time on the cage, interrupted by Don once in a while.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Looks like the chatters love terrible puns, so Don,
Oh,
keep going.
oh no. Don't get me going there. I've listened to George Carlin far too long, so I tend to think like that, always looking for a pun here and there.
So, and we
Always,
have another chatter. Karen Haidt is here saying, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. I got a little dark here, but now it has gotten light again. Yeah, it's amazing, the speed. Looks like now it's fully darkened in Tupper Lake, New York. Cool.
Snowball. Snowball playing a frisbee, and KK is trying to destroy things, which is he's good at.
Yeah, Eliza wants to tell us a good dad joke from the mid-19th century. Yeah, come on, Eliza. We want to hear it. And Eliza's bird Snowbird had to handle the earthquake, but he did it like a champ. Couldn't care less. Yeah, I wonder what these birds think about earthquakes. There might be some in their natural habitats in Indonesia.
Yeah, they just fly and then they don't have to worry about what's going on down below. Unlike us, they can just leap into the air. Which I've seen video of that. Not a lot of videos, but there was a
Okay,
couple.
here's the joke. What's the difference between a Dutch comedian and an empty tube?
You got me.
One's a hollow cylinder and the other is a silly Hollander. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
I might have pronounced it not in the super funny way since, I'm not native English, but I
No,
hope
that,
everyone got it. I love it.
no,
Thanks,
did it.
Elisa.
It was perfect. You did just right.
So Karen hates chicken, where when it was time for the totality of eclipse, the chickens came running and thinking it was time for bed. They got very confused when the daylight came back so quickly. Yeah, it definitely influences animals. But the cockatoos might be, they might maybe be interested in it, sitting on the tree watching.
Well, they can actually look up at the sun. We can't, but they can.
Mm. Spotting aliens.
Cecil, what are you doing? Hi, baby. Hi, Cecil. You snuggling today? Are you snuggling today?
Mm. What a
Yeah,
snuggle.
I miss George Carlin. He turned a lot of puns into routines and did a lot of things like that. But I was recently talking to sat that, grabbed my glasses, talking to a friend and saying that the word very weakens the word that it's in front of. And I was getting a lot of argument about that. But I found the perfect answer to it to prove that if you put very in front of something, you're weakening the word. There's good, better, and best. And best would definitely be the best, right? I mean, if it's the best, it's the best. But if you add very to it and say the very best, now best isn't best anymore. That proves
So
that we
Pygel
can.
has some interesting facts about the eclipse. They showed animals in the Dallas Zoo. The zebras were running, and an ostrich laid actually an egg. Oh my gosh.
Ostriches don't lay eggs, they lay omelets. Uh, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know you and the word very will never be best friends. And actually, I myself catch me actually correcting others' writing, like, oh no, not very again.
I use it once in a while by accident, and you just hear it constantly, but it doesn't work with, it definitely proves if you use it with a superlative, the superlative is no longer a superlative. I mean, it shows that you weaken the word. There's
Mm.
plenty of other words that you can put in the place of very, although it does work in a sentence by itself. Is she rich?
What I mean in the regular writing it's usually not, but when it's actually done in literature to actually do that, weaken the word.
I don't think they think of it that way, but it does. I mean, it also shows a lack of vocabulary. Because
Yep.
if you get a better word than very in front of a
I
lot.
guess that's why I well I'm not sure if I use it too much, but when one learns a language so I think very in every language it's the helper word so you can express yourself.
Yeah, if you have a limited vocabulary, it comes in handy. But once you have an adequate vocabulary, you should drop the use of it.
Mm.
Is is that roughly the equivalent of doch in German?
Of what?
Doch.
Doch,
Doch.
doch. Ah, that. And what shall be the equivalence?
I'm not sure. Well, I'm not to the word very. You use it as an intensifier.
No, sehr, sehr
Uh,
gut, sehr viel.
no.
In French, it's très, très bien. Je suis désolé.
My most hated language. I think I'd rather hear any other language than French. And it's not just because I can't pronounce it. It's just it's a pretentious language. I don't know. There's something
Fromage.
not fond of French. I can't think of any other language I dislike. I just don't think French. And it doesn't like me. I can't. There's certain things I can't pronounce. I do better in Vietnamese than I do in French. I had to fight to learn to pronounce the NG combination in Vietnamese, but I did it. Finally did it. I never could pronounce the combination of the word hour in French. I can't do it. And it's relatively, that sound is relatively common. common, and I can't do it. I discussed it with my French professor too, who also taught Russian and Spanish, and over a bottle of Stolichnaya vodka.
Mm.
He said, "You'll
The
never be a,
snowball. Has
you may
has
be,
the big sky snowball thrown a frisbee between sun and earth, and now people can see a shadow.
yeah." He said, "You'll never be able to speak French, so you can understand it, but you'll never be able to speak it."
Mm. Yeah, I never had actually problems with pronouncing the French language. Actually, that was the thing I could best. So I wasn't the king in grammar and certainly not in vocabulary. And in the age I had to learn it in school, I was my interest in the French language went to the minus infinity. But I could read it and it sounded very good.
Oh, very good. I like that. Yes, but it wasn't the very best, was it?
Yeah, well, for a learner, it was actually pretty fine. I could make all the required sounds, and somehow I had talent to actually got the way they wrote it down, how what they actually want to hear from me.
Well, I can prove that the French language is pretentious. I can prove it. Who else would use EAOUX to make the sound O? Only the pretentious would string together a whole bunch of letters and then say O, which is as in the word Bordeaux. I mean, come on, EAOUX, are you out of your mind? And you put an S on the end of a word so that you pronounce the letter before it, but you don't pronounce the S. Oh, come on, forget it. That's just stupid. An idiotic language. Ah, I don't mind if I'm not offending French people. It's the language I don't like. So,
Mm.
and you two, well, we got a
Oh, we have breeding pulse.
Lee, Snowball, and Cecil. Got a little too close on.
Later, you have to check if if anybody of the flock has laid an egg because of solar eclipse.
No, I hope not.
Mm. I think then
Last,
we need to hatch it and it becomes a cockatoo out of fire.
uh,
Falcon says she loves a good French Bordeaux, I guess wine. Don prefers the sugar wine. It's for free.
yeah. Uh, it has to be a pretty expensive Bordeaux for me to like it, and you can't read the labels. I actually prefer the German uh, wines like an Auslese.
The French certainly know what they do, and I haven't drunk so much French wine, but the one I did was actually tasty. And with wine, it's like with a lot of other things, like coffee or so, the tastes differ greatly.
Yeah, but at least in German wines, you can read the label and know what you're getting. But you can't do that with a French wine. You have to read the magazines to see what's recommended, or have
Yeah,
somebody.
that's the thing. Yeah, that's like a whole cult,
Hey,
French and wine.
watch it down there, buddy. Or I'll have you.
Eliza Wynn says my favorite wine is free wine. I get trouble with Greek wine. It's not that I have anything against them or it doesn't taste, but I take 2 sips or so and knocked out for 12 hours. I don't know what's in this particular wine, but I tried it twice, every time the same result. And I can usually drink a glass of wine without falling out of my shoes, but with Greek wine, forget it.
There's probably a Trojan horse in the wine somewhere.
Mm.
What are you doing with that?
At least
Okay.
Bordeaux is a really beautiful city close to the Atlantic coast in France, and not too far away from a little unofficial country called the Basque Land, where Don has its offsprings.
Yeah, the Basque Country. Actually, one of their cities is now like, it's considered to be a country. It's really just a city, but it is actually listed as a country. I know because I've been refreshing my geography since things have changed, and it's now listed right on the border of Spain and France. Can't think of the name of it off the top of my head now. I should. It's a Basque word, and I can't think of it, but I can find it on the map when I'm asked. I just can't remember it. How's your foot, Snowball?
Heigl says it's pretty uneventful for a near total eclipse. Yeah, that's the thing. It's actually a pretty calm event. It's like you see the big sky and yeah.
Hey, cutie. Snowball. Been working on his foot for months, and it's better, but he just has one pad on that right foot that overgrows, and you have to keep putting skin softener on it. It has to be approved for birds, but and then filing it down.
Has Cecil removed one of the fastenings from that?
No, actually, it was this little guy down there that did that. KK, and
Oh,
then Cecil picked it up and he's using it to torture me. Yeah.
oh wow.
They're working in
A
tandem, like
big
they
spider
do.
sitting at my window. Great. And since I started to rescue all insects because we run into a world without insects and that will kill us all, I saved them all. But needs to wait since the stream is over. Spider, stay.
Yeah, we don't have too many of those here, insects, but I've seen 3 scorpions in a year.
Yeah.
They're not aggressive though. I mean, you'd have to pretty much accidentally touch them or something, step on them, or but they're good at finding something that matches their coloration. They were on top of the stack of paper I used to do the cages. One day there was one there, just sitting like, man. So you just get. I have these little nets. I just caught them in a net and put them outside. But anything that can survive in the desert, you don't want to kill it. So you going to sleep down there, Snowball? You know, you found a piece of paper. What do you? Oh, okay. KK, you're a bit of a nut. Cecil, okay, all right. So Cecil grabs my shirt, like, come back here. At me. At the Cecil.
Heigl says, if you think French is hard, try Quebec French. Native speakers outside of Quebec are above. Yeah, I think that's probably the case. It's probably a weird mixture of French combined with some English and other ingredients.
Yeah,
But
anytime
it's,
you get
I
a
think it's a nice
separation,
area to stay.
anytime you get a separation from the main body of a language and there's no common denominator,
Mm.
You end up with big changes in the language.
Yeah, well, when one wants to hear how the people have actually spoken the German language here 150 or 200 years ago, one has actually to go to Brazil or some areas in the United States where settlers from Germany have moved and they have conserved the language from then. So that's amazing.
It's nice when you get it preserved. And then if you look back, people read things that were written like in Old English, and they'll pronounce something like "ye old shop," when it's "teya olde shope."
That sounds more like German than actually.
Exactly. Old English is more like German because it came from German, or the Germanic languages anyway. And then in 1066, when the French invaded, it picked up French. So it's got words that are in French and words that came from Latin derivatives, and it's got words that are in German. But yeah, the Y in back in Middle English actually is a th sound, not a y sound like today.
Mhm.
So when you see that, you have to pronounce it Taya. My second wife could do the Mort d'Arthur in Middle English. She could do the first couple of pages from memory in the original language, pronouncing it correctly.
Mm, that's
Yeah,
really
it's
cool.
good to listen, actually. Follow along. What are you doing down there? And you, Cecil? Cecil the bird.
Eliza Wynn says, huh, the guys in my reenacting regime are looking to pull together an Ansbach Hessian impression. How cool is that? And Palgal says swear words are completely different. Yeah, that's the thing. They are unique for your every destiny, possible destiny around the world and the people living there.
What are you into over there? Oh, what he's doing. I can't see him.
Mhm. No one
What are
is
you?
swearing at the flock so far, I know. Well, maybe in bird language, but not in human language.
What you're doing over there?
Super behaved birds. KK sometimes uses the word wary, and I think he just does it to annoy Dawn.
Could be.
I'm not sure. Once he said or something about a very good bird.
Not sure whether to try to discourage him. I can't think he can hurt that, but no, don't open the register. I don't want any heat in this room at this point. What are you doing? He's trying to get the register off the floor. Okay. What are you doing? No, now you're trying to tear that. What is with you today? Come here. No, don't do that. Come here. Nope, nope, nope. We're not going to tear that off the wall. Come here. Silly boy.
Time for some silliness.
You have to sit somewhere. Sit over here. Come on. See if I can. Yeah. See if I can find that push pin that he pulled out.
Yeah,
Nothing to say.
cockatoos have a natural sense for mischief.
No, I don't see it. You must have been
So
in.
Eliza thinks you're far more entertaining than reality TV, Dawn.
Yeah.
You and the birds.
So come. Oh, thank you. It is kind of reality TV. I don't have any push pins in here. No, excuse me, Snowball. I don't want to step on you. You need to move a bit. Come here. No, no, that's not a good place to sit. There's wood over there and toys if you want them, but you need to get out where I sit. You need to move. You need to move. You need to move that hind end so I don't sit on it. Here. Move that tail. What? What? Did you say Just had to give him something else to occupy himself. What are you doing? Bird.
Oh, I love
Uh-huh.
when he's doing that. His frisbee shaking routine.
Cecil.
And Cecil being cute. Close. Oh, we have a close KK and Cecil fusion. Who
No, you're
needs
not.
solar eclipse if you can see two cockatoos fusion?
It's okay to be there. Just don't want you climbing on him. He doesn't particularly care for that. What are you doing?
So cute.
Now, where's Lucy? Lucy.
Oh, has Lucy disappeared?
Yep, she's gone. Oh, there she is.
Mm. So, is there a special personality trait one gets when one is born during a complete or a total eclipse, and the eclipse shadow was actually above your birthplace?
Yeah, but there's a lot of factors involved. What signs, what houses is it in?
Hmm.
A lot of other factors involved. What are you doing?
So the exceptionality can occur in any field.
Yeah, it can happen in any realm of your life. So,
Mm.
what are you doing? What are you doing? Were you hatched in an eclipse? Were you? Because you're definitely a strange bird. You're definitely a big strange bird. Cecil. I gotta shorten that up again. More work to do on that. Now we got beggar up here now.
Oh, Miss Sugar has a visitor. Who is it?
Snowball.
Uncle Snowball.
Hi, Snowball.
Mm,
Did I say your name? I guess I did.
mm.
Because you're looking at me. Yeah. Hi, baby. I see some. I see some. Oh, beg, beg, beg. Is that all you're gonna do is beg? Pet that beak. Pet that beak.
Oh, a third bird on Sugar's perch. Looks like it's quite busy. Oh no, Shuggy, are they preening each other instead of both preening the Shuggy? Oh no, they do it terribly wrong.
Good sugar bird. Good sugar bird.
That's a really sweet picture. Snowball's lurking out.
Yummy.
Hmm.
Are they ignoring you, sugar? Mm, poor sugar. Poor sugar.
Mm. And Shuggy, are there more weird animals on the island of Saran? Probably.
What's up, Cecil? Hmm? Cecil bird. Hi, Cecil. Oh, good grief. Oh, good grief. You look over like, I'll go over there. Don't pet me. I'll go over and see if Snowball free me. What are you guys doing down there? Sea salt. Sea salt. Cecil, get yourself in trouble. Watch yourself there. I don't think he wants you digging under him. Yeah, he pulls feathers. You got to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Ever hopeful. Sugar hopes that he won't pull her feathers.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you guys are going to be friends. At least Sugar is far more relaxed when someone is sitting on her perch. She allows now quite a lot of birds sitting on her perch. From Auntie Jasmine over Pippa, Cecil, Snowball. That's a far way. Sugi has come.
Oh, it's the end of the world. No one is playing with my beak.
Hmm.
Yes. Cecil keeps bumping me with his beak. Please pet me. You've been kind of needy lately, haven't you, Mr. Cecil? Hmm? Well, folks. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Amy, for moderating. Yeah, it's
No
that time.
problem. Thanks for the live stream and
And
the
good
bald
luck.
eclipse.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick, just a quick idea of what the an eclipse could mean. You get a solar eclipse, your inner spirit, if the about a degree before it actually comes into contact with the sun, you're probably disconnected from your emotions. So that might be a person who, if it happened in their second house, might be good at handling finances. In the eighth house, handling somebody else's finances. If it's before that, you're probably disconnected from your emotions and more like a sociopath in that particular area of your life. So if it happened in the first house, not somebody you'd want to be hanging around with, probably. If it happened in the fourth house, it'd probably be somebody who wasn't that well connected at home. But it's complicated. But there's a depends on where it is and what it's doing. But we'll see you guys on Wednesday. I hope, right,
Indeed.
guys? And Lucy, say goodbye. She goes, no, I'm looking out the window.
Yeah.